Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox coming to you today with It's a Insecure review. Insecure, backwards like. Season 3, Episode 3. So, you guys, I am so relieved that I am back to just doing one video on Monday. Oh my God, I don't feel no stress in my life. I wasn't worried about all these reviews when I woke up this morning. Life is good. Anyway, you guys, what did you guys think about this episode? It's strange this season is different. I don't quite know exactly how it's different. I can't put my finger on it exactly, but don't you get a different vibe this season than you have for the first two seasons? Maybe because Issa is in this state of transition slash not knowing what she don't never know what she wants to do, but it seems to be more prevalent now, and I guess it's because of so many things that are changing in her life. Am I the only one that's feeling like the season is like, it's just a different vibe, a different feel? I don't know, but maybe you guys, if you do feel the same, kind of chime in and let me know what it's about. But anyway, the review. Let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys, so the show opens with Issa and Daniel in the bed together. Girl, you done made it to the bed. I mean, I guess we should have known it was coming. When they started kissing and then, he was going down, I was like, Lord, Issa, girl, already? Then I realized it was just her overactive imagination, but, her being in the bed with Daniel obviously is just a forewarning of what's to come. Later on, we see her out with Molly. Molly's adopted a French bulldog. And, she's got the puppy at the groomer. And, it's a whole full doggy central parlor with doggy treats and different type of scrubs for the dogs and all that. You know how it can be. While the dog is getting done, Flavor Flav is his name, Molly is asking Issa about her new job. And she says, well, I haven't got the job yet. But she don't even know she's going to take it because, everything is going so well with Daniel being at the house with him. She tells her that she's in the bed with Daniel, and Molly is just like, girl, didn't I tell you not to go there? Issa was like, the couch was uncomfortable. But it's okay because they are not having sex. Even though she thinks about it every day, all day, even right now. I guess you would if you ain't did it in a long time. You in the bed next to this man that you obviously have a sexual attraction with. So, you making your own life harder. But you guys know how that goes. If life was supposed to be easy, it would be boring. As far as Issa's job, so We Got Y'all is at this. It looks like it's like a job expo. They're trying to hire people to come into We Got Y'all. So they're there with like-minded programs. Everybody has their booths set up. Frida is looking positive. They've got this board that talks about their interests, the employees of We Got Y'all. Okay, shit don't nobody give a fuck about, but for whatever reason, Frida thinks that this is important. Issa's there with her, they're setting up their booth. I guess this is their reaching out to the community to hire people of color, even though you're not supposed to hire people just because of their race, okay? But damn it, we done with the white folks, all right? Bring in the colors. People are coming up to the booth and they're talking to them. Frida a little bit more enthusiastic about the program than Issa. But the idea is to try to bring in new talent into the office. So Frida's extra and Issa needs a break, all right? So when she walks away to get something to drink, she sees another program over on the other side. What was the name of the program, you guys? Is it the Be Fit Crew? I rewound it and listened and listened and listened. I don't know why my brain was not soaking it in. I kept on even looking at the little logo and I was like, I don't know what this is. But she sees these kids, they're dancing, and Issa is intrigued, and we find out that this program, when she walks over to their booth, she finds out that they, work with musically inclined children in the neighborhood, expose them to other genres of music. And it's just a program that lets them be interactive with music. This is something that Issa probably would have a lot of interest in. And actually she is. The guy is like, are you looking for a job? And she's like, no. Okay, I already have one. All right, and Frida reminds her, Issa, we have a line. All right, but you can tell that Issa's heart is like kind of pulling. It's so funny. We see things that we really want, but we're afraid. I'm guilty of that a lot. We'll just talk myself out of things left and right because why? Like, afraid to take the plunge? I am definitely afraid of change. I'm never comfortable with change. It's hard for me to step out of that box. So when I'm looking at her doing that on the show, I kind of see myself in her. as well. And then later on we see Issa at her project management interview. Okay, and really is. Oh, Joe, I'm doing a video.
You're not even on lunch break yet.
I am on lunch break. I'm on my lunch break right now. Just went early.
What you going out early for?
Because I'm trying to get this done.
So getting it done at 12 is better than getting it done at 1?
Yes, because I got to edit it, and I want to try to get it up early. What's up? Why are you calling me? Interrupting. I already checked on everything. You saw my text message?
Yes.
Okay, I checked on everything. They said everything is finalized, done.
So I don't got to go back to cooking on the stove?
No, you ain't got to go back to cooking on the stove, fool.
You know I was about to get the white shit off.
Whatever, boy. All right, I'm trying to do my video.
All right, Mom.
All right. Child, that financial aid at Joe's school was about to fucking run my pressure. I swear, every single day last week. That's another reason why I was so stressed last week, is because I was on the phone with financial aid at Southern University literally for 3 days. Okay. His counselor is really nice and very patient, but we just couldn't get it together, child. But we finally got it. So I'm glad that's done. That's probably another reason why I feel a little bit less stressed today. Okay, because bitch, it was rough last week. Anyway, let me get back on track. So Issa, at this management interview, which really is, can you run this damn building? Keep the damn mail area clean. Okay, do you know how to work the business end of a plunger? They offer her the job. You can stay in the apartment for $750, which would have normally been a $1,500 apartment. The place was not small. I mean, it wasn't modern and tech and new and all of that, but Issa don't have the room to be choosy right now. And $750 in Los Angeles is basically unheard of. So, girl, you better go on and take the job. But she kind of not really sure. Jumping over to Molly, it's her first day at her new black law firm. When she gets there, all of the black folks are there. Everybody looks, well dressed and educated, and everybody is nice. And, they meet her at the door and they take her on a tour of the office. And it's in Century City. For most people who don't know Century City, if you don't, if you're not from Los Angeles, that's an affluent neighborhood, affluent city right on the edge of Santa Monica, Beverly Hills, Hollywood. That's all going up in that direction. So, this is the place to be. Studios, movie studios, everything is right in Century City. So she looks like she's going to love this place. Okay, she even has to do a little jig when she gets in her office. Like, look at us, okay? Out here succeeding. But there are some things that Molly is going to have to get used to being in this black law firm. One is they may not be as technologically advanced as the white firm that she has come from. She's asking her assistant if, where does she have the DocuSign on her computer? And the assistant's like, oh, we don't have DocuSign. We have a courier. I laughed because we still have a fucking courier in my office. But, Molly was like, why? I mean, DocuSign is so much faster. I mean, like this, right? The push of a send button. But no, they don't do it that way. Courier comes 3 times a day, maybe on time, may not be, just kind of dependent, but they kind of give him some slack because he's cute. So Molly is just sort of like, oh, okay. So adjusting. We all have to do it at our new jobs. Then we jump over to Daniel. He is at the studio with Khalil. He's letting Khalil hear his music. He got that whole new sound, from Iceland. It's melody based and not more hard driving beats like we are used to hearing in rap music today. Okay, so Daniel's trying to do something new, advance the culture. Khalil was just like, oh yeah, you know what, that's cool and everything. However, maybe we can change it up a little bit. He worked with Spider before. He knows what Spider likes. Spider likes, a bass line there, take away some of the melody. Khalil starts to change up the music, and Daniel, of course, is protective of his art and ain't really feeling it, but he kind of trying to go with it. Khalil seems to be trying to be helpful. What do you think about that? He loops this beat on top of the music, and Daniel was just like, well, I mean, yeah, it loops. And I was just like, wow, I wonder how I would feel in that situation. Like, you trying to get put on. Okay, you already swallowed your pride to get help from somebody that you helped get put on. And now they changing up your shit. Like, one part of me would be like, yeah, I would be pissed as well. But the other part of me is like, damn, do I need to try to kind of bring it down a little bit so that I can get to where I need to be, so then I can be there, you know? So I was just like feeling kind of sorry for Daniel, because he was just like, damn, that's my music. Okay, so I understood. Later on that evening, Daniel's telling Issa about it at the laundromat. You know, he trying to bring in this whole Iceland sound. You know, she's like, yeah, the Nordic music. Right. Issa does try to explain to him, though, you trying to make it to the upper level, you know, so you're gonna have to do what you gotta do until you get to where you can do what you want to do. And you know, Daniel's pretty receptive to that. They have a moment again when they kind of gazing in each other's eyes, and I was just like, oh gosh, you know. She's like, oh, by the way, I was offered a job, the project management job for the apartment. And he was just like, what, you gonna be a manager, really? I mean, you've locked yourself out of my damn apartment 4 times. She was like, 5, but nobody's counting. He was like, so how you gonna do this? I mean, we got y'all. You work as a Lyft driver and you're gonna be a manager. Well, it's a part-time job, but she's gonna be on call, you know, all the time. To me, apartment managers really need to be on site all the time, because there's always some drama. So I don't even know how she gonna be able to do all of these jobs. Something's gonna have to give. She need the fucking apartment, so she gonna have to make it work. Maybe gonna have to drop Lyft for a minute. But anyway, you know, Daniel is really discouraging her, like, you know, I told you I want you to be there with me. Like, I like you there. You ain't tough. You can't tell somebody, you know, that they need to pay you the rent when they ain't paid. You know, what you gonna do? She's like, I am tough. Again, another one of those moments. Now, the next day at Molly's job, one of her co-workers invites her to lunch. You know, she's going walking, but Molly's going to work through her lunch on the Coleman case. You know, the co-worker's nice enough. She says, I'll help you. And Molly says, I appreciate that, you know. So Molly goes to her office, and it's a whole bunch of boxes in her, banker's boxes in her office. She was like, I thought this was going to the, you know, being filed, and, you know, this was going to be in the file room. He was like, yeah, that's your office. We just kind of put shit wherever we can. And she was just like, oh, my old firm, they store their archives off site. Well, they don't do that here. Again, another thing that she has to be adjusted to. And she's about fed up with it. Okay, that evening she's out with her girls, you know, Tiffany and Kelly and Issa, and she's complaining like, fuck, why every time, you know, black folks gotta have something, it's a struggle. You know, did I get a demotion that I got to be giving the courier my shit and, you know, sharing the office with file space? Like, this ain't what she was signed up for. Kelly was like, girl, you got problems with the black law firm and the white law firm. Like, you just got issues. And Issa agreed, like, you being really judgmental right now. Like, are you being harder on them because they are a black firm? And that's always a question that I have. Like, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to give black companies a break because they may not have as much money as the next one, but they want to be compared and to compete with another office or another business? You know, like, where do I, like, for instance, like, I love this vegan restaurant that's on Main Street in College. I cannot think of the name of it right now. But anyway, we love to go there, my husband and I. And the food is excellent. Okay, it's a little hole in the wall, literally has 3 or 4 tables. It's always a long ass line. The ventilation is terrible. You be in there coughing when they be down back in the back cooking. Okay, you can look into the back, and the kitchen ain't really set up like no restaurant kitchen. You know, I almost wish they had a space that covered that up just so you wouldn't see it. It's a whole bunch of people that be back there. I don't know what the fuck they doing. They don't look like they all cooking. But the food is excellent. People are in there. The line is long. You know, I've given them a break. But when I first went in there, I was just like, now what the fuck is happening here? Like, what is going on? You know, but then I became a believer. But should I expect more from them when I want to compare them, when they want to be compared to another vegan spot that might not be black owned? You know, I just wonder sometimes if we give black businesses a break, or are we harder on them? You know, it's just like, what do you guys think? It's always an interesting conversation. But anyway, they're about to get seated to eat dinner, and conversation comes up about Issa and her living arrangements. Actually, Kelly is trying to help her out, lets her know about pretty much a hostile situation where, you know, you can live here and take a shower down the street, basically. And Issa was like, she did get this management offer, but she don't think she's gonna take it because she is with Daniel. Molly was like, you should have never gotten to bed with her. And Kelly was like, oh girl, you know, you finally hoeing it up, paying up with the ass, huh? You know, but Issa was like, no, we not sleeping together, but this is a cool spot that we're in because, you know, this is the first time that there was really nothing in the way and we can kind of figure out exactly where our relationship is going. You guys, girls, you know. Ladies, you know how we be so hopeful when we've been back and forth with some dude and then it finally looks like it's about to work out. We don't remember all of the bullshit that didn't happen in the past. All of a sudden it's just like rose-colored glasses. They're just like, no, this is not a good idea, Issa. This is Daniel. Remember all that bad history that you guys have? Well, no, she doesn't remember that because she is deep in the throes. And she wants to explore where this could go. I'm all fine with her exploring where this could go with Daniel, but I still believe that she needs to have her own spot. Now, the next day at Issa's job, you know, they have hired a new hire hopeful. Okay, she's a black girl and she's just really happy with working there. She says that, you know, We Got Y'all has tangible results in the community. Frida says, yes, we have a really aggressive 5-year plan, don't we, Issa? You know, Issa was like, yeah, good things come in 5, you know, 5 guys, $5 foot long. Girl, it is really time for you to go. When you can't even fake it no more in front of the white folks, yeah, it's definitely time to go. Frida says, well, she's going to go get the big boss so that the new hire hopeful can meet her. And when she walks out, you know, the girl was like, so y'all know how we do, okay, when it's just us in the room. So how do you like it here? You know, Issa was just like, oh, you know, it's cool. I like it. She was like, no, how is it for you? Okay, then that's when the guard comes down and you just be like, girl, let me tell you. She didn't quite take it to the girl, let me tell you stage, but she was just like, well, you know, they're going to always be the way that they are. But, you know, it's good things and bad things about it. Like any job, okay? Really, it is what you make it. The girl was like, well, how long have you been here? And Issa said 5 years. And she said, well, you must really like it, okay? And I think that was an eye-opener for Issa. Like, you've been here 5 years. You've been miserable. Why would you stay somewhere that you hate for 5 years? So Issa gets up and gets on her computer and she goes on to the website of that community program that she saw at the job expo. She's just smiling. I was like, girl, go on and do it. I mean, what can it be other than a yes or a no? At Molly's job, you know, there's a meeting, staff meeting, and all the lawyers are in there. And, you know, Molly is just like, where's Marcus? Oh, is he on CP time? You know, they kind of laugh it off. And then one of the lawyers was like, well, Marcus usually takes a call before the meeting, so we get started before he comes, and then he joins us. All these little idiosyncrasies that happen when you are at a new place. You know, sometimes you just got to get used to the way that they do business. However, I do have a problem with shit that don't start on time. That is like I get so annoyed, like, why the fuck we just sitting here? What is happening? But they sort of pick at Molly, and one of them goes, well, I guess at her old firm, they start their meetings on time, and they all sort of laugh under their breath, like, look at Molly, the perfect one. Okay, Molly kind of look around like, oh shit, am I being a problem? Maybe you've been a little bit too vocal. Maybe you can loosen up a little bit and try to be everybody's friend and stop complaining around there all the time. So I guess she realized that. And then back to Daniel. Daniel finally meets up with Spider, you know, Khalil has it set up, and Daniel's gonna let Spider hear his music. Khalil was like, let him hear what we've been working on. Daniel's like, bet. Okay, so Daniel puts on his music, not the music that Khalil changed up, but actually his own nomadic Iceland music. And Spider's feeling it. Yeah, that's dope. Okay, but Khalil has a problem with it. Like, that is not the shit that we worked on, and that is not what I told you to play for him. He was like, yeah, but we got something else that we worked on. Let him hear that, Daniel. You know, so Daniel kind of looks at him like side eyes, and then he go on and play that for Spider, and Spider likes that as well. As a matter of fact, Spider don't know which one he likes. Khalil was like, well, you ain't got to make a decision. I got some other shit you can listen to, and just kind of brushes off Daniel. I was like, damn, that's fucked up. Even though Khalil does know what Spider likes. Spider said that he liked Daniel's music. Okay, so why couldn't we just go with what Daniel had played? You had to confuse and muddle the issue with playing your own music. So, you know, I was mad for Daniel as well. Because why else would you have Daniel there to meet Spider if you wasn't trying to help him? Like, what are you trying to take some credit for his music, Khalil? Like, I was trying to understand what was the purpose of all of that, you know? So later on, Daniel and Issa, they go to the marina for lunch. You know, it's a nice setting and boats in the water and everything, real pretty. She's like, I brought you to lunch, you know, to thank you for everything that you've done for me, to let you know that I've accepted that property manager job. Had I been saying project manager all that time? Which I got work on my brain. Property manager job. And he's like, why? Is that what you want? And she was like, well, I just think that this would be better for us while we try to figure out, you know, what we doing. Well, Daniel is pissed. She's like, you know, you've been tense and you've been upset the whole time that we've been out. Is there something wrong? Did I do anything? And he was just like, it's just Khalil. Tells her a little bit about how Khalil cock-blocked the song. Got mad because Daniel played his own music instead of the music they had worked on together. And she was like, well, why would you do that? I mean, he knows what Spider likes. And he was just like, it's no big deal. Don't even worry about it. But when he said that, like when he said it's whatever, I was just like, oh, here goes the breakdown. They not about to see eye to eye now. You know, he was just like, I think it's funny that you trying to give me career advice. And she was like, well, what's that supposed to mean? He was like, I mean, you don't never know what the fuck you want to do. Every time I turn around, I'm saving your ass from something. She was like, oh, damn. Like, it's like that? That's how you feel? And he was just sort of looking at her like, that's exactly how I feel. Now, you know Daniel was hurt and everything, but that shit was hurtful. And I guess a reminder on why Daniel and Issa, you know, go back and forth so much. So later on, when they back at the apartment, they in bed. I guess Daniel feels bad for what he said to Issa, and she's upset for what he said to her. He pretty much says, I didn't mean to say that. You know, I was just upset about the Khalil thing. And she was like, it's okay. They turn around and they start kissing, and very much like the beginning where she was having the fantasy. Now it's the reality. She's kissing him. He goes down. Okay, it's looking like she's about to have a good night. And then when he asks her, did she like that? You know, she snaps to it and she realizes that, no, maybe this is not what she likes. Okay, and she stops him and she tells him, you know, she can't do this because it doesn't feel right. Which is so fucking frustrating with Issa. I mean, I agree. You guys don't need to be doing this, but why are you in the bed with this man? You got your ass to him, you know. It's just like so many things that she does that confuses the issue. I would really like to see Issa and Daniel work it out. However, you are making shit so much worse by going back and forth with him. And you guys know that men don't like that kind of shit. Eventually, if you are really trying to make something happen with him, and I think Daniel has been way more forthcoming about his feelings than Issa has. Yeah, that was some fucked up shit that he said, but people say things when they're upset, and as long as they acknowledge that they were wrong when they said it, and I think that you can work through those things. But yeah, it's just like, oh, Issa, she just be so fucking frustrated. Oh, she be so frustrated. Anyway, they just go back to their respective sides of the bed, and that's that. All right, rock stars, let me get off of here. I'm at McDonald's about to give me something to eat. Take it on back to work. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is for itsrox, and everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.